Hi everyone, in today's video, we're going to talk about one tool that we can use to know ourselves better. If you're here after the introduction, it can mean you want to know yourself better. And that can also mean you watched my other video. And if you didn't, that video explains why it's important to know yourself. One very important thing we can do in order to know ourselves better is to observe. Yes, to watch your life. Not judging, not evaluating, just observe. Your life is you. Your life reflects your choices. And your choices will bring the results that you have around you. In every choice we make, there is a reason behind it. We might not know it, but there is. So, how do you behave when you're hungry, or tired, or perhaps frustrated, or happy? Have you noticed? Most of us don't have the natural ability to focus on things, not on purpose. But we just live our lives just allowing it pass by, not knowing a lot of things, reasons, not knowing why we do stuff, not knowing how we react, and because we are connected to our autopilot mode. Stuff happens and we go along with it with no consideration at all. And that creates effects on our lives, whether we like it or not. Sometimes we like the results and sometimes we don't. And I can assume that if you're here, it's because you don't like the results and you want some sort of personal development, which is basically what this channel is about. So, how do you feel when you're frustrated? What do you think? What kinds of thoughts run in your mind when you're frustrated? Stuff don't happen the way I like. I am alone. I am overwhelmed. People don't help me. I have to change my schedule now because of that thing. And how long do you feed those thoughts? And feeding them, does it help or not? So this kind of thinking, we call it critic thinking, which means we are not going to believe immediately in our thoughts. CBT explains that our behaviors, our thinking, and our emotions are all interconnected. We don't actually know when they happen and in what order, but it's been proven that they absolutely affect the way we live our lives, the way we act, the things we believe in. So how much of your external reality is driven by your thoughts? That's a very important question to ask yourself, because whatever we believe, we will act on it. And why do we believe that thing? That's part of knowing yourself, knowing what you think and why. And that's very hard for us because we live our lives not mindfully enough. We do stuff just because we do. And stuff are just the way they are, probably for no reason at all. But there are reasons behind everything we do, everything we want, the results in our lives, the relationships we have, the jobs we have, our performance, our goals, whether we accomplish them or not. So all personal development starts with observing yourself, watching yourself. Look around. What do you see? Our lives are just the result of our actions and our choices. So depending on what thinking do we choose to cultivate is the life we're gonna get. That is simple as that. And that will impact on our performance in everything we do. Relationships, work, marriage, parenting, anything. But how do we know if the way we think or behave is not helpful if we're not paying attention. If we are just swimming in this ocean of thinking and life and everything is happening at once, it is hard for us to stop and to breathe and to focus and to pay attention on something one by one on purpose. But the good news is we can learn to do that. It's not natural for us, but once you start practicing it, it becomes natural. What do you call it? Neurochemistry. Neuroplasticity explains that a lot. Everything we practice, we get better and better. Either being good or not for us. Either being helpful or not. And then the only way to know yourself better is to pay attention on your thinking. According to Professor John Kabat-Zinn, we can learn by practicing mindfulness. Yes, he has developed this secular scientific way for us to practice being focused, to pay attention on purpose, non-judgmentally on stuff. And self-knowledge, self-development, in my estimation, it starts there. When you stop and you observe and you spend some time with yourself with no distractions, with no judgment, just let it be what it is. Just letting it be what it is. Because the reality is, most of us in the Western society, we don't know how to do this. We've been taught that it's good for us to multitask, to do everything we can at once, to be a mother, to be a worker, to be a wife, to be the best in everything you do, to cook, to clean, to do everything, to shop, to manage your house, your marriage, and yes, we do all of that, but that's overwhelming. And it's easy to just be washed off and not to pay attention to anything because we just don't have the time. But if we focus, if we practice focusing, if we choose paying attention, if we are paying attention on purpose every day for a little bit, we even will change our own perception of the time. People are often asking me, how do I do everything that I do? Because I am a mother, I am a wife, I am a counseling student. I've been training as a counselor for over 2 years, and I have many other things to do. And we only have 24 hours. And by focusing and by paying attention on what we think and what we do, we can choose how and in what to spend time and life with. Because I strongly believe time is life. People often say time is money, but I believe time is life. And the video today was about learning one tip. I had to give you a little context so you know what I'm talking about, and you might not think I'm crazy, but I am a little crazy. Anyway, so one thing we can do is start paying attention to our environments, not judgmentally, not evaluating, just observing. And to do the same with ourselves. And because this video is probably too big, too long already, and there is a lot to process, I understand that. I am going to share another video with 2 exercises that will help you to know yourself better. Yeah, okay. And just to add, multitasking might have seemed a good idea a few decades ago, but multitasking also led us to this life where we are running after nothing, wishing we could slow down, but in reality we don't know how. And this is why I think it's so important to learn tools and exercises that will help you and me to ground, to stay focused, to be with ourselves and to know ourselves in a way that will give us the tools and the possibilities to learn and grow and to become our best selves. Because then, by paying attention, we'll also know what's important for us and why, and then we will fight for it. And then we will plan our lives in a way that honor our true selves. I hope that was helpful, and please watch the next video for the 2 exercises. Actually, 2? Yes, for the 2 exercises that I'll teach you, that I've been practicing for some time, and it's really, really helpful, and I hope it helps you too. Oh, and if you enjoyed this video, consider just clicking the like button, because if you want more people to see the video, that'll help, hopefully. Thank you for watching. Ciao.